How do you properly use AI for content writing? When it comes to long form SEO blog writing, for example, or that could be a product description, a web page. If it's long form, it's generally some of the hardest content to write. You have to research it. You have to make sure there's no fluff. It reads really well so it can convert. You have to edit it, make sure you proofread it, make sure the keywords are being used correctly, optimize it well before you publish. And that's not covering all the steps. So using AI for your content is a really good idea. You just need to know how to go about it so you don't lose touch with that human factor. Because if a content piece is completely created by the robots, your readers will tell and it will not perform. So you do want to have the human process still baked into it, but you can now do it 3 times faster at 1/3 the cost, which is crazy. Let's get into it. I think based on what we're seeing in the AI field, especially when it comes to content creation, with ChatGPT, over 1 million users signing up in 5 days, your grandma probably now aware of what ChatGPT is, and the entire internet exploding about the use of tools like Jasper, Hyperwrite, ChatGPT. How can you incorporate and use AI for content writing? So if you're using a tool like Content at Scale, it's extremely easy to set up a new project, give the tool a keyword, write a thorough prompt for that keyword, and ask it to write a long form post for you. Once you do that, you literally just sit, come back in less than 10 minutes, and you have a long form piece of content. But what do you do then? That is both the tricky part, but it's also the part where you're going to take your content to a whole nother level and get the most results whenever you publish. So let me show you an example of what content looks like whenever it's generated directly from Content at Scale. So we have the base, we have the meat of a blog, right? We have the structure, we have this amazing editor that shows us the keywords to use. And by the way, Content at Scale built its own crawler to find these keywords through live searching the top of Google and what's related to your keyword, which is the best process for getting synonymous keywords to use in your content. So you have all that here, saving hours and hours and hours of research and baseline writing. But from here, we need to make it better. Here's what a finished blog looks like whenever we used AI in the process. So this piece was written, the base in the tool, but we made it better. As you can see, it's full of life, right? We have shorter sentences and we have an improved structure. This is the kind of quality I would publish on my blog. So once you generate the content with Content at Scale, here's a 5-step checklist to follow to make sure content is great. I think it's easiest to start cutting the fluff because this is what you might spot right away. Stuffy words like ensure, maximum, being a part of, furthermore. These are useless words, useless phrases that need to be cut so the content has a punchy, direct tone. So you need to shorten the sentences and wordsmith the content that you see. As you do that, fact check. Look at what's actually being said in the article. Is this correct? Are these the right facts for this topic? And if not, you want to replace any facts you see that could be or are inaccurate. You want to replace those with accurate facts. Next, you need to add the personal touch. So that might be a story, an anecdote, a case study, a testimonial, a personal piece of experience that matters to this piece of content, especially if that's a blog or a web page. Then next to last, you want to add your CTAs and your links. So for example, if we were doing affiliate content, we want to get those affiliate links and link them up within this piece of content. Look for opportunities to link to lead magnets, your products and services. Maybe you book a call and that's how you get clients. Be sure to link to that too. And then finally, you want to bring this to life with visuals and images. Add those screenshots, add those graphs. You could even think about graphics to be made or have illustrated based on the content in the piece. Then give it a final check and you're ready to publish. Generally, this takes anywhere from 1 to 2 hours depending on the complexity of the content and the level of editing it needs. For example, some blogs might need more of a personal touch, like this chicken blog that I did for an affiliate site of mine. It needed a lot of pictures so we could properly talk about the products. At Content at Scale, we built a model showing the difference. Whenever you use a tool like Content at Scale as the baseline for your SEO content production, look at this and how crazy it is. You can 3 times your speed at actual content production at 1/3 the cost. That's what we found whenever we built this new model, which, by the way, we're implementing right now with our writers. I believe paying per word for SEO content, the generalized type of SEO content here, is going to be archaic and obsolete. And instead, we're going to be paying hourly or per deliverable based on a whole new skill set, the AIO writer. I will be talking about this more in upcoming blogs, more videos, tutorials, and training coming soon. I believe that the term SEO writer is going to be almost completely replaced by AIO writer, because more time is going to be saved and we're going to be able to create better and better content more efficiently at much less cost, which honestly is a good thing because it's so much work to create that baseline, the outline, the SEO research, putting that together in a full draft. That takes hours of work, and the fact that we can now replace that with a tool and just work on it from there is such a brain saver. This means that you can move your valuable writers to more tasks like strategy, maybe even add video in the mix for once, because content just got a heck of a lot easier. So you heard it here first. AIO writer is going to be the next big thing. We're going to see jobs for this role. We're going to see a whole new model for paying and training these people. I started out as the freelance writer. I know what it's like to feel like your job might be replaced, and I don't want to do that. I want writers to know that they just got a heck of a lot more valuable by learning the skill of AIO writing, artificial intelligence optimization writing. So learn how to use AI for content writing, because it's only going to get better from here. More efficiency, more time and cost savings, all of it. It's going to be amazing. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos just like these as we demystify what it means to use AI in content production that builds traffic and grows revenue for your online business.